So we're Team 3.82 or bust, and we're tasked with creating an environmental test scheduling system. The scope of this project is basically to delegate tasks that should be completed at a specific date on a specific site. And this is it's going to be used by multiple levels of multiple roles. So you're going to have different roles such as a basic requester, a manager, and a super administrator who will be using the system, all with different levels of privileges that they have that they are given. So I guess to put this in context, Halliburton tasked us with this since they have multiple facilities in which they would need to test specific resources for different amounts of time. So we decided to go ahead and create something that was very modular for them. So since we don't have access to their mock data, to any of their real data, we have it was very easy for us to switch out the mock data for the real values whenever we hand off the project. So first off, I was going to show you guys is the so we have multiple roles. So this is the super administrator, and once you log in, this is like I said, we don't have access to their data in real time, but once the administrator logs in, they're going to be able to, or administrator or requester logs in, they're going to be able to see like any of the tasks that are recording data at that moment. And this is going to be facilitated because our backend is able to send real-time messages without having to continuously refresh or submit requests from the client side. So that's basically what it is doing at this moment here. And this is the work request, and Tyler's gonna basically go over how it works.
Okay, so in the beginning of the project, one of the main things we really wanted to focus on was a clean design. So I believe there's this Angular material is based off of, I believe, the Google material look, and we liked it because it had a lot of modularity and a lot of like really sleek things you could do. So we basically built the entire system in Angular material with the side nav and the top nav and everything. This main forum here is our create work request forum, which is like the main crux of the application because you're making work requests which have tasks attached to the work request, and the tasks will be scheduled and tested. So as you can see, he's filling out a task. In this sprint, one of the big things we worked on was fixing and changing the time scheduling to add a calendar. So if you see, he can open a new calendar look, select a date, which will have the time and the task that he selected, and then when you close it, it'll actually bring in the data into the work request scheduler. And then once you finish filling everything out, you can just submit it for approval. Talk about the.
So one of the things that we also included inside the project here, as you can see, is that as soon as you submit it for approval, there's going to be a notification that's created on our backend for the user to see, as well as send out in real time. So if they're online at the time that this is being approved, they're going to be able to see that this was, they're going to be seeing that this went ahead and got updated on the backend. If you go to the admin panel,
so this is the admin panel, and this is what the administrator will see. So as you can see here, these are the tasks that requesters entered and sent out. You are able to see each one and the tasks associated with them. You can view them and approve each individual one based on the admin. If they want to go ahead and approve it, it'll approve all your tasks in the tasks in the work order. You can also deny them, and what we did this sprint as well was implement a deny reason. So just reason for denial, whatever. And then you confirm, it'll deny your task, and as we see here with the notifications, it'll say so-and-so task has been denied.
The other thing that we have that this application has as a feature is we implemented the search functionality. So if you hit the search button here, excuse me, the search, you can start going to type in certain things in here, and you'll actually have real-time result come back that searches on various fields within the tasks and the work request. So this makes it a lot easier for you to view tasks if you're just looking for one, for example, that has a specific status such as approved, or if there's a specific requester that you're looking for, you can go ahead and narrow it down by that manner. Same thing as all the other parts of the application. We make it very easy for you to quickly jump into the task or to the work request view, so you don't have to hit back every time you want to go back to the search results. You simply click out and you will have the ability to view somewhere else. And as mentioned before, this is the same component that will have the ability for you to view any real-time data that's being used, generated by the test at the moment. So this is the other thing, and we will also have, as for example, the ability for you to view any of the files that were previously uploaded by the requester. And,
Show the calendar, the full calendar.
yeah. And the other thing that you can do as a super admin is you can actually just look at the calendar if you want to see what's currently scheduled at the moment. If you scroll to the bottom, you can actually see that there is a legend that shows you exactly what's happened with that task. So, for example, the ones that we denied, you can view them at the top there, and they've been grayed out. And the ones that have been approved are marked as orange, which is approved according to our legend. Yeah. And so for this project, we actually did face a couple challenges. First off, I guess is since we're working on this project as a large team, we all have various schedules and various responsibilities that we have to attend to, and unfortunately they don't always align. So time management was a really big one that we had to pull through on. Basically scheduling time that we could all be online, or the people that are working on a specific task have to be online. That in itself was a little bit difficult, but it's definitely something that we learned from. There's also some technologies that were being used that were new to a lot of the team members. So that was another difficulty that we faced in the beginning. So for example, we used the mean stack, which is going to be Mongo. It's going to have Angular, Express, and Node. That was like very new, and there was a lot of documentation to read, so that was definitely another thing we overcame. And our sponsor did want us to basically make it very easy to adapt. So we had to really think about how we were implementing the features, such as like the login feature. We made it so that it's we custom made an authentication service so that it's able to authenticate to any LDAP server. That way, since if you take this into an enterprise environment, you just have to input the LDAP credentials that you need to bind, and it'll be set up and ready to go. Any user that you had previously on another system for that company will be able to also authenticate with that same password on this application, so you don't have to set up new user accounts. That, like I said, was a little bit difficult, but it is something that we managed to get through. We did talk to our sponsor, and there's a couple of suggestions that we basically had. The admin panel, right now the notifications are being sent globally to all connected users. So upon handing over, that is one of the features that we said had to be improved, so that it would only send it to that specific user or that specific role. Yeah, the other thing would be just to, in the future, have like the work request basically be more adapted to the actual data that's used by Halliburton. Yeah. Apart from that, I don't think there was much more that we had to improve upon that we had access to. It would be something else that the sponsor would have to take care of. I think that was it for our presentation. If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.